Well, what I originally bought was a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom villa with a garage, and it would have been situated just down here to my left, looking inland to these beautiful views. And it would have been a beautiful setting to live in, a very safe environment.
When they came to collect the keys, the house wasn't what they were expecting. It was built 700 metres down the hill, facing the opposite direction.
This is where our house is, nowhere near the top of the hill where the lake views are supposed to, that we're promised.
And it's a house beset with problems. The property has damp, it has cracks in the walls, and more dramatically, their pool is subsiding. Richard fears it will soon collapse.
I can get my hand down the side of the pool, and from the water level, that this end is much lower than the deep end. And then from the pool we come down to the patio area, and as you can see that the steps are coming away from the side of the villa, the walls are cracking down here, all the steps are coming away down there, and then behind this wall we have about 12,000 litres of water, and you can see from this stick that there's not a lot under there, and that's 12,000 litres of water that we anticipate to come through that wall at any point.
Richard bought this house off-plan for £120,000. They can't let it out in this condition, so were forced to sell their home in the UK. Now Teresa lives here full-time, and Richard works away during the week.
Never, ever intended to live out here, and I'm just caught in a rut that I don't want to be in.
Originally we was just going to come here for 3 months to get the property up to a rentable standard, and then we was going to move on. Unfortunately we can't rent the property out in this state, and 2.5 years down the line we've found that we're still here.
The developers have been to fix some of the problems, but say that the property was always meant to be where it is, and Richard and Teresa must have looked at the plans upside down.
From my experience, it's all been bad. I don't think I would buy another place down here because you just don't know who to trust.
Back in the UK, and first-time buyer Richard has decided that the only way he can afford to buy a house is to use his parents as guarantors. That increases his budget from £70,000 to £180,000. He finds this 3-bedroomed house for £180,000 in nearby High Wycombe. A recent Mori poll of parents of children aged between 18 to 29 reveals that half expect to have to contribute an average of £17,000 to the cost of their children's first house.
We've got 2 reception rooms downstairs, plus a nice big kitchen. And that is a big kitchen as well, and that's nicely done.
The mortgage repayments on this house would be equal to Richard's entire monthly wage. But he hopes to break even by renting out as many rooms as possible.
I don't really need 2 reception rooms. I could almost get someone else in to pay the rent and have this as a bedroom, so makes it easier again.
Do you think Richard is going for a too high risk an option?
In my view, he needs to know that he can make those payments. What are his plans for being able to pay that high loan? Does he expect his parents just to come in and help him out? What are his expectations, just to make sure he's got enough protection there in place so that he doesn't run into difficulties?
But it seems Richard's mind is made up. This is the property he wants.
Yeah, this is a great size room. I think I'd better get on the phone to my parents, ask them very nicely if they can be guarantors, and after speaking to the banks I think I can probably get 180, maybe 190 at a very big push. But I think it's going to be worth the risk, so I think that's what I'm going to try and do.
In Spain, Peter, our first-time buyer, has found a property within his budget and with the potential for huge returns. On the market for £120,000, 10 minutes from the beach and surrounded by golf courses.
So what's the letting potential for this sort of property?
Very good. Potentially all year round. You've got the fair weather golfers in the winter, and of course the beach lovers in the summer. So if you work hard at it, there's no reason why you couldn't achieve 80% occupancy. We're talking maybe €20,000 a year.
Fantastic. That's excellent. favourite was probably the last one I saw. For £120,000 investment, you're talking 80% of the year, you can rent it out at €500 a week. You get a very good return on your money, and it's definitely better potential than buying in Manchester. Well, I've seen how it can go well when people buy places and how it sometimes go wrong. Because I'm a first-time buyer and it's such a massive investment, all my money going into one sort of property, I think I'll probably have to go back and have a think about it in the pub at home over a pint.
Back in West Yorkshire, and to a town Barbara believes will boom in price over the next 5 years, and is ideal for first-time buyers like Gary and Nadine.
Okay, here we are, guys. Here we are in Haworth. It's about 20 minutes from Ilkley, and here we've got a property that I think is much closer to your budget. This property you can get for £92,000. What's your first impressions?
Very nice. Lots of character to it, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. It's really nice.
So what we'll be looking at.
Well, the reason I brought you to this area is simply because it's not far from Ilkley and Leeds, and at the same time areas like this and Keighley, which is nearby, are really regenerating. A lot of money coming into these areas and you're getting in at a really low price. This price, you're going to see this house more than double in quite a short period of time.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, see what you think? Go and have a look.
Very nice.
It's very big, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really big.
I thought.
It's nice.
Well, these areas are so good for first-time buyers because they're close to an existing good area. So that always overspills out into the areas nearby. And if they choose a good property that they really like in this area, because it's regenerating, it's going to go up greatly in value. And it gets them onto the ladder.
Kind of small, isn't it?
Yeah, but
First-time buyers should take on exactly what their budget is, then go and look in an area that they like, that is close to the more established area, not be too picky. If it's a little bit shabby, it'll pick up. As more first-time buyers move in, they take a pride in their homes, they'll paint the outsides, it'll start to be litter-free, the area will start to come up.
Not too keen on fireplace. If it were in the middle, then maybe.
yeah, but you could probably take that off.
Yeah, very nice.
Well, we've obviously seen that there are properties available to us in quite nice areas, you know, so we've got some hope now we probably are going to find somewhere. Obviously, we need to get on the property ladder, we want to get on the property ladder. We only want somewhere for the first couple of years, and we've obviously seen that that is available to us.
We've just got to broaden our horizons a bit. Maybe we can't live where we want to live, but, like, for example, 20 minutes down the road we can get quite a nice house for the money we've got.
Gary and Nadine have taken Barbara's advice, but not on the property you've just seen. They decided it would take too long to commute to work, but they've just put an offer on a house in nearby Idle. Peter and Richard are still looking. If you want more information on house hunting or any of the issues raised in tonight's programme, then visit our website, bbc.co.uk/real story. That's all for tonight. Until next Monday at 7:30. Bye-bye. Next week, after the tsunami, the real story of the holiday island recovering from disaster.